Hello, and welcome to Saturday Cinema. I'm Phil Rohkohl, the video director and editor at Unity of El Cajon. Today, I'd like to share with you one of my favorites as we look at the movie Under the Tuscan Sun through a metaphysical lens. The movie is an adaptation of the book by Frances Mays, also titled Under the Tuscan Sun. In the book, Frances describes the trials and tribulations that she and her husband Ed experienced as they purchased and renovated a villa in Tuscany, Italy. In the end, the villa is beautiful, as are the experience they have on their journey. In the movie, we find the main character, also named Frances, who is recently divorced and feeling discouraged by life and the course it has taken. To lift her spirits, her close friends Patty and Catherine offer her a ticket to take a few-week trip to Italy, which at first Frances refuses. How often have I been offered the very thing I needed to get me back on track, but refused it in one way or another, as it didn't look the way I thought it should? Proverbs 3:11 says, "My son, do not reject the discipline of the Lord or loathe his reproof." When we can accept the Lord as on our side, we are blessed with the benefit of all that is ours to have. When we choose to argue with God and loathe his plans for us, we are met with struggle and despair. Better to enjoy the power of the river of life than to have our energy consumed by being in conflict with its direction. Frances has a change of heart and accepts her friend's generous gift, and her life's journey takes the turn the Lord had in mind for her. After arriving, she takes a tour of Tuscany. On the tour, she comes upon an old, run-down villa which is for sale. She looks it over and continues her tour. Later, the tour bus is delayed by a herd of sheep in the road. Frustrated, Frances looks about, only to realize that they stopped right in front of the villa she had seen before. Frances' friend Catherine pays her a visit and sees the villa. Catherine asks, "It's a nice little villa. Are you going to buy it?" Frances says, "The way my life is currently going, that would be a terrible idea." Catherine replies, "Terrible idea? Don't you just love those?" As I relax into God's plan for me, I notice how often things, messages, direction will repeat. It's as if God is saying, "Yoo-hoo, right here. I want you to have this, to go here, to listen. Please stop ignoring me." In the movie, Frances finds herself in front of the villa twice, and she's coaxed by Catherine. Deepak Chopra has a wonderful talk on coincidence. He describes, as I understand him, that coincidences are happening all the time around us, we just don't notice. If we examine things as they happen, we will start to notice these coincidences. As we notice these, we begin to expect them. When we expect them, we see them and appreciate them fully for the guidance they offer. They may be guidance from God. You might be familiar with John 14 when Jesus says to Thomas, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father also. From now on you do know him and have seen me." My understanding of Jesus in this quote is that he knows the way to God, to the truth, and to the life God wants for us. Throughout John 14, Jesus explains this in multiple ways. In our lives, I believe, he shows us repeatedly the way, the truth, and the life that God has planned for us. This message is repeated in our life as coincidences. It's repeated so we will follow and find peace. Having the message, Frances follows God's lead and purchases the villa. As she begins the process of cleaning and renovating, things start to happen. She meets new people from places and with different ways than she has met in her life journey so far. There are ups and downs as she experiences this new place and this new project. All of this enriches her life. She notices a neighbor, an older gentleman who seems to have a daily ritual of replacing flowers in a vase on a wall on the far side of the road from the villa. She observes him daily and tries to make contact by waving and such. The old gentleman pays her no attention. She continues to try, continues to work on her villa, and continues to learn, and as she does, more people and more guidance continue to flow her way, and her depression lifts. There is a point in the movie when a snake comes into the villa. In the adventure that ensues, she is asked what she wants from this villa. She says she wants a wedding and a family. It would seem she wants her wedding to be here, and she wants her family, her children, running around the place. As the movie progresses, she helps a young couple by allowing them to have their wedding at her newly renovated villa. Her friend Patty, who is very pregnant, comes to visit and ultimately gives birth while at the villa. Toward the end of the movie, Frances and her friend Martini are together looking over the wedding. Frances asks Martini, "What do you think?" Martini asks, "What do I think?" Frances continues, "Tell me." Martini says, "I think you got your wish." Frances asks, "My wish?" Martini reminds her, "On that day we looked for the snake, you said you wanted there to be a wedding here, and you said you wanted there to be a family here." Frances replies, "You're right. I got my wish. I got everything I asked for." Ecclesiastes 5:19 says, "Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot, and be happy in their toil, this is a gift of God." The gift is the ability to enjoy, to accept, and to be happy. I think this talks to having our eyes open in the way Frances did when she realized that, while not in the way she had planned, she got everything that she had asked for, and in that moment was able to enjoy them, to accept the life path that brought them to her, and to be happy in the effort it took to be there. As Frances opens to the realization that she has received everything she asked for, just in a way she hadn't seen, things change. A new romance starts in her life, and the old gentleman across the road tips his hat to her while changing the flowers, as if he's saying, maybe on God's behalf, "There you go. You have what I wanted for you, and it is good." I hope you enjoyed our metaphysical review of the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. If you've not seen it and it appeals to you, accept that as guidance, view the movie, and see what gifts God intends for you. Blessings.